Hey everybody, welcome to the show. You know where you are, the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And you know it's VIP day. And if you looked at the ad, you know it's Miss Peggy McColl. We're going to talk about the poison that kills dreams. You got dream killers in your life? I know I got some in my life. We're going to talk about that, so sit right there. Woo, she's about to help me today, y'all. Sit right there. We'll be right back.
Expert Talk is sponsored by Pod Nation TV, the podcast to broadcast network.
Hey, welcome back. Yeah, you heard me right. Miss Peggy McColl is here today. And if you don't know who she is, and I don't know why you don't, she was our Woman of the Year last year for the Now Honors. She's a multi-best-selling author. She's done like 20 books. She's graced us with her presence several times. So go back and take a look because the nuggets she shares can change your life. And today is no different. And oh yeah, by the way, she's at the Now Honors, y'all, for this year. So you want to check that out. But right now, we're going to talk about dream killers and the poison that kills your dreams. I need to know about this one. Miss Peggy, are you out there?
I'm right here and ready to rock and roll.
Woo! Help me, because I got enough. I got enough poison in my life to kill a few hundred dreams. What do I do?
Well, you got to eliminate it. All right. Poison kills dreams. So what is the poison? The poison is very simply negativity. And negativity, we were talking about this in one of our other interviews that we were blessed to do together is, negativity can be our own consciousness, right? The dialogue that's going on in your own mind. And that can certainly kill your dreams for sure. But outside stimuli, like other people ask me this all the time. They'll say, well, I'm sleeping in the same bed with a real negative person. How do I deal with that? How do I not let them affect how I feel?
Right.
And I'll say to them, understand this. Nobody crawls inside, like goes through your ear or whatever, and goes down inside of your tummy and causes you to feel anything. You decide. You're always in control of how you feel, always. And if you're not, if you're out of control and you're allowing somebody to cause you to feel something, understand that's your thing, right? That's your deal. It's not theirs. So, I give people suggestions, like, especially if there's negativity around. There's a couple of ways you can handle it. One is you can imagine you have a plexiglass shield around you and just let it bounce off. It's not getting in, right? It's like, during COVID, there were a lot of these plexiglass shields put up in different places, right? You can't get through, like the virus isn't getting through. You can imagine the same thing. Negativity is not getting through. So that's one way. Another way is that if you do hear someone, maybe it's someone that's close to you, they say something negative and they probably believe it. And what you can do is you can turn it around and send it back to them like a tennis match, right? Send it back to them, but only in a positive way. I used to do this with my mom because my mom was a very negative person and I loved her and everything, but she just, was in the habit of being negative. So I would be building my shield as I'm driving down to see her. But when she'd start, with the negativity and start complaining or whining or moaning or whatever, then I'd say, well, what's great about that? And I could see that it was sort of breaking her pattern of thought.
Wow.
What's great about that? And then she would think about it for a second and just throw the ball back going, well, there's nothing great about it. And, and so, sometimes that happens. But the truth is, I didn't have to get caught up in that negativity. I have to just let it go, or you can just duck and let it go by. Just duck and let it go by. Don't take it in. Just don't take it in. But I think the biggest challenge for most people is not outside stimuli or outside negativity or outside poison. It's really internal. That's where the greatest challenge is. So that's something that we can absolutely manage when we become consciously aware and we decide to saturate our mind, like saturate your mind. Like if you came into my home, we spent some time together. Let's say we went, on a trip together and we're hanging out. I'm like a serious student, like absolutely addicted to personal development and professional development. I'm studying all the time. I have books going. I buy them in Audible. I buy them in print form. I'm studying. I go to bed and I'm reading and I'm studying. I wake up in the morning. I'm doing meditation. I'm doing my gratitude. I'm doing my affirmations. And I've been doing that for 43 and a half years. And I wouldn't even think of not doing it because, we live in a very interesting world where there's lots of challenges and lots of negativity. You just turn on your television or go stand in the lineup at the grocery store, right?
Yeah, or social media.
Social media, absolutely. And, we're taking it in. You see, everything that we take in, I've been studying, what's his name? Robert Collier, Secret of the Ages. And he says in that book, he says, everything that you've taken in through your senses, that's your sight, your hearing, has made an impression in your subconscious mind. And that's a fascinating idea, right? So I agree with that. Right? Since that's the case, you want to be taking in information that serves you, that's going to help you, that's going to contribute, not stuff that's going to poison your results. It's like if I put poison in your water, would you drink it? Of course not. Of course not. So why have poisonous ideas going on or thoughts in our mind or poisonous feelings that are just going to kill our dreams? Because that's exactly what they do.
So let me ask you, because I actually know a few people that have, all their lives, they've allowed it in. I agree with that. And they've been pushed back so far that their self-confidence is negative 1,000. Right. They have dreams and they talk themselves out of it before they even voice it to themselves because they've already determined they cannot do it. And now they're listening to you and going, okay, I understand what you're saying, but it's too late for me. It can never happen for me. Right. I can't get out of this darkness. What would be your opinion for something like that?
Well, if you're breathing, it's not too late. I mean, that's my very short version, right? If
you're breathing, it's
not too late. Like I remember my mom, because my mom became very aware of the business that I got involved in. And at first it was like a joke. You're writing a book, like you're going to do what? But I didn't let it in. It's just like, that's interesting. You would think that way. And that's okay. Like, I'm not going to get emotionally involved in her thoughts. But what occurred was she started to ask if she could come to my events. And I remember her sitting in the back of the room one time and we were talking about goals and goal achievement. And that evening I was back at her home because I was staying with her. And I said to her, so tell me what you wrote down. And she wrote down a number of goals. And it's like, wow, that was the first time in her life that she'd ever written out a goal. But at the end of her list, she wrote this: and when all of this happens, I will be grateful. And I said, Mom, this is wonderful, but you got it backward. You're grateful first. You feel the gratitude now. You feel the gratitude in your heart as if it's already done. And then you're going to attract it into your life. And that sort of broke her patterns. But you absolutely have to make a commitment. I mean, it took me years to change my life and to change the way I was thinking, because I had a very, very dark, destructive, poisonous mind. And I had to put the good in and continue to put the good in and continue to put the good in. And then the bad would come back in. It's like you're going forward, you're going backward, you're going forward, you're going backward, until I got to a point it was like, okay, enough is enough. I'm going to stop the craziness and just focus on, what I desire and discipline myself. The moment I disciplined myself, everything changed.
I'll see you. Even when you were going through treatment, every once in a while, it was a little less into social media, but you still stay connected. Yes. I'll see you float by in social media. You have this going on. You have that going on. If somebody wants to follow you, if they want to be a part of your programs, maybe join a mastermind group or something that you're doing, how do they do that?
Easily. And they just can go to everything that I do. And we always update the site. It's all at peggymccall.com. I mean, you want to find out what's going on, what our next event is, how we're serving people, free books that we give away. It's all at peggymccall.com.
So when Miss Peggy is not, inspiring the masses and hanging out with Tigo, what do you love to do to just let your hair down, have a good time? What do you love to do for fun?
Well, I love being with my grandchildren. I just love them to the moon and back. I mean, they're just so Amazing. And I love playing with them, boating with them, like just biking with them, hanging out with them, swimming with them. And my husband too, of course. I'm very blessed. I'm happily married. And every once in a while we go golfing, but he goes golfing a lot more than I do. But those are my fun. My family is everything to me. Absolutely my priority.
Alan, tell your husband Alan will be right over. He loves to golf. He'll grab his golf clubs. He'll be right over. I want to thank you so much for all that you do for me. You're amazing. Like I say, I tell everybody, I can send her a message and she'll get back to me as soon as she can. It may be 5 seconds. It may be 5 days, but you always come back. And when I ask you to come on, you're like, sure. And you make time. I thank you so much for hanging out with me, for coming to the Now Honors, for being our Woman of the Year for 2021. Miss Peggy McColl, you are definitely one of my mentors, and I am just privileged to be in your arena.
Well, you're so sweet. You're such a pro. I just love everything about you and everything that you do. And it really is a privilege for me to be here.
Thank you. I can't wait till next time. Maybe we do it in studio while you're in town. What do you think?
Done.
Ooh, elbow to elbow. Y'all, she said done. Ooh, live and in person. You'll see it. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Miss Peggy. You're the best.
Thank you, Teresa. See you soon.
See you soon. All right, everybody. If you know what to do, if you want to get in touch with her and you couldn't write it down, go to tigodirect.com and you'll find Miss Peggy. Type in author, type in Peggy, type in mentor. She's coming up. She's going to be there. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time. Ooh, in person, Miss Peggy. It's about to go down. Talk to you next time.